Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the stream. JK with you here. Mason, his brand new haircut, along with it. Yeah, he likes it. He likes it indeed. We're going to play some MLB The Show. Our Twins franchise continues. We are in the postseason. We're 2 games up on the Texas Rangers in the American League Championship Series.
We actually might go to the playoffs.
We are in the playoffs, and you can see the brackets right there. The Mets up 3-0 in the ALCS. They look like they're going to the World Series. Twins up 2-0 over Texas. And we'll see how this one plays out. We are undefeated in the postseason. This has been a magnificent run here in late September and now into October. Twins barely making the playoffs and now cruising so far in the postseason. I believe we're going to face Yu Darvish, however, in our game today. So we'll see if that's the case.
We're in the A's. We're the A's.
Sure, and a quick reminder of how the standings played out in the American League Central. Twins won by 6 games. It was a lot closer than that throughout most of the season. The Tigers, as you can see, just winning 2 of their last 10. In fact, probably only won 3 or 4 of their last 15 or 16. They essentially folded mid-September, late September, and then we played them a bunch of times. And
there's a bit stuck right there.
That's all right. It's okay. It'll recover. It's been there a while. It'll recover. We'll try and get it out. Don't worry about it. Okay, so
let's start.
Let's make sure everything is up to date.
No, you're at the A's. You're at the A's.
I'm at the A's.
You're at the A's team. You're at the A's team.
Okay, I don't know what you're saying. Oh, I'm locked onto the Athletics. Got it. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Now you need to save again.
All right, we did schedule a 2:30 Central start time, but we're going to go ahead and get this one underway. People will join us in progress as need be. I am sure of that.
And look, money, money, money.
Very hyper today, aren't you?
Yep, I am very.
That's all right. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Nothing wrong with an extra bit of hyperness.
Okay, we have Irvin Santana.
So we had a day off. No, and Irvin, that's not correct. That is not correct. So don't follow that. We're going to go with who's rested and who's not.
You're not pitching with Irvin Santana?
Not today.
No, not
He already
today.
pitched this. He already pitched this series. That's the thing.
No, not today.
No. Not in my house. Actually, it is in our house. First game of 3, if necessary, at Target Field.
Get that out of my house.
Let's see what time.
I hate your house.
These are all night games, by the way.
I hate your house. Haha. I hate your house. What time is it?
7 o'clock start.
Get that out of my house.
All right. We're going to face A.J. Griffin. Just a 67 overall, so we could really go up 3 games to none here. We're going to have Phil Hughes on the bump for this game. He's thrown 1 playoff game.
Johnny Cueto is better than Robinson. Yu Darvish.
Yeah, I would agree.
He's better.
Johnny Cueto ended up winning the MVP award, even though he probably shouldn't have. But that's fine. Phil Hughes will be the pitcher. Everyone rest with the day off. So similar lineups, I would imagine. We're not going to let Santana lead off because he started 0 for 15 in the playoffs from the leadoff spot. We moved him to number 7, and suddenly he got a couple hits. So we're going to take him out of the leadoff spot.
I would say Brian Dozier is better than Johnny Cueto.
Oh, okay.
I would say.
Okay, that's fine.
There's more homers than anybody.
Anybody.
But Matt Trout isn't the lead, I think.
Okay. These are all good things to know.
Quentin Berry. You should pick Quentin Berry.
Should I? How about we go with Max Kepler in the leadoff spot? What do you think of that?
No, Quentin Berry.
Well, Barry's on the bench. So we go to Rosario. Let's do that. We'll go to Eddie Rosario in the leadoff spot.
Okay.
Santana just hasn't been cutting it there, and that's okay.
Eddie.
So we're going to go Eddie Rosario, Brian Dozier, Miguel Sano. Justin Morneau will play first. Kenny Vargas will DH. We'll go with Santana in the 7 spot. Kepler can bat 6. Castro And then Jorge Polanco, SLP. Good afternoon. Nice to see ya. Okay. Got our regular bench. Jimenez, who's played... See, this is the problem with our catcher. It's a good problem to have. We got Jimenez, who's been tearing the cover off the ball, batting .462 in the postseason. We're going to have him on the bench. Jason Castro will bat, who hasn't been hitting too bad himself. 1 for his last 4. Just hasn't had the same number of strokes that Jimenez has been getting because we faced a majority of left-handed pitchers for starters. So, and Jimenez in the regular season, what did he hit? 206. He hit 206 this year. So he's just having a good stretch of games, which is a good time for it. But that's not a career low. But he really wasn't qualified back when he was playing with Seattle or anyone else. So he's never really been a big numbers guy as far as games played. He's always been a backup catcher, which is fine. He did get a haircut. We got a haircut today. Getting set for our trip and then school. So, you like the haircut? I mean, you do like it, right? Thinks he's Mr. Bad. Let's start the game.
Don't forget me. I'm weird.
Nobody's denying you're weird. That's fine. That's fine. You ready?
Why is there a bowl in the middle of the...
That's that.
Now it's a slider. Now it's a slider or a curveball.
Well, it's just moving.
No, it's a slider.
All right.
You better listen.
Did I update the stream title? I did. Game 3 of the American League Championship Series. Twins are 5-0 in the playoffs. That boggles my mind. I'm already ecstatic that we made the playoffs, let alone here we are up 2-0 with a chance in today's stream to advance to the World Series.
And now, your 2017
All right.
We might skip this because last time
Yeah, last time it froze up. I remember.
I see you, Darvish.
Yeah, he's going to pitch. Darvish is going to pitch in Game 4. He threw Game 5 of the American League Division Series that they had to win, so that's why he's not early on in the rotation. Twins defense, and by the way, he was a Gold Glove winner in 2016, won the Gold Glove in this season, 2017, back-to-back Gold Gloves. Mets are undefeated. They're up 3-0 on the Pirates. They have cruised through the playoffs. The National League had two of the best teams, the two best teams in baseball, the Dodgers and the Cubs, both 100-plus game winners, neither of which managed to get out of their respective brackets. So let's begin. Phil Hughes on the mound. No record in the playoffs. ERA of 6. He has one start. So Target Field, first game. First ever American League Championship Series game at Target Field. 49 degrees and a pretty gusty wind blowing in from left.
If you win today's game, that means you'll definitely win.
Almost certainly, but
because it's impossible to come
only
back.
one team has come back from a 3-0 deficit.
Boston.
That's correct. Glad you were paying attention. Might not sound like a boisterous crowd, but you rest assured that if that were to happen, they certainly would be. Elvis Andrus has been on base from the leadoff position in both games so far.
Is he Elvis?
Elvis Andrus is his name. He's going to turn on this one and foul it off.
He's dressed up like Elvis. Is he?
He's not dressed up like... Well, I mean, that's his name, but it's not like Elvis Presley, who you might be thinking of.
No, the real Elvis. Elvis that has the stylish hair, a mohawk. Or faux hawk. Maybe faux hawk.
Okay.
Smart kid.
Oh, that's what you read. The one thing there.
Smart kid.
Ground ball right side. Dozier. That was an 8-pitch at bat, and Andrus is finally retired. Back-to-back Gold Gloves for Dozier, who's put up, what, 90,
There are 192 stitches.
95 home runs over the last 108.
There's 192 stitches on a baseball.
There's not. It's 108.
I was close.
That's not really that close.
At least I was close.
Both triple digits. That one's going to fly away. Will it stay fair? Will it go foul? That's a fair ball. Ricochets off the fair pole in left. It's a home run, and the Texas Rangers go up 1-0.
I'm still cheering in.
They are still cheering. Carlos Gomez, the former Minnesota center fielder, launching one. Solo shot. High off the pole. Get a look at where that one made contact with the yellow here. No doubt about it. Very high. Very top rung. And Rugned Odor will be the batter. So Phil Hughes puts his team in a hole once again. Exactly, SLP. Comeback kids here, man. This is 3 consecutive games we've been down. And 3 consecutive games the Twins have rallied in the latter stages of the game to win. 0-2 to Odor. This one bounces in the batter's box for ball 1.
What?
2 balls, 2 strikes. The Twins' rotation is a ground ball to second. That should be an out. 2 away. Twins' rotation has relied heavily on 2 guys this year, Irvin Santana and the acquisition from June, which was Johnny Cueto. Other than that, it has been hit or miss.
Does Johnny Cueto play for the Twins?
In this franchise, he does.
In real life?
He's a giant. In real life.
Well, he's really giant.
Oh, he's not. Really.
He is a really old. He's bigger.
He's not a literal giant.
He is really. He's really big.
Fine.
If you're a giant, you're really big. Didn't they have that big gigantic?
I know, that's true. 0-2, ground ball to third. Sano plants in foul territory. Sidearms one over to first and got him. Twins relinquish a run to Carlos Gomez in the top of the first. 1-0 as we head to the bottom half.
If that was foul, that would be good. I wish that was foul.
It was fair by
An inch.
a couple feet.
An inch. An inch. An inch is like this. As tiny as my pinky.
An inch is about that. Yeah, roughly from knuckle to knuckle. Not for you. It depends on your hand size. Don't worry about it.
To knuckle to knuckle. Like this.
All right, Eddie Rosario is going to hit out of the leadoff spot today, 3 for 7 in the series. As Danny Santana once again put in the 7th spot where he flourished in the previous game. So why not? This is A.J. Griffin who throws a fastball. You just saw the 12-6. He also has a change and a cutter.
He's about a grand slam. He got a grand slam against the...
Yeah. Twins have been playing great baseball in real life. They've won 4 out of 5.
That is a massive.
Split a doubleheader with the White Sox yesterday. And Rosario shoots one into the gap in right center field to the track and to the wall. It's high off the scoreboard, the out-of-town scoreboard, and it's going to be a double. And Eddie Rosario hitting .500 now in the series.
Second baseman, Ryan.
Beautiful swing by Eddie.
Almost hit a grand slam.
It's a double, and Dozier the batter.
Almost hit a home run.
3 runs driven in the postseason, but not a home run. 53 on the regular season, led all of baseball by a large margin. As he takes a strike.
Stop swinging at that. Swing at
He was expected to compete for the MVP title. He did not win it. That honor went to the surprise candidate, Johnny Cueto,
Plato.
who again probably did not deserve to win it, but let alone the Cy Young when he only pitched half the year within the American League. No balls, 2 strikes to Dozier. fouls off the pitch upstairs. We'll do it again. Rosario at second. He led off with a double. Ooh, that curveball is extremely slow, and if I can wait on it, I can really rip it. 67 miles per hour. Dozier continuing to foul off the pitches here. Pitch number 6 on an 0-2 count. That one's going to bounce well before the plate. Dozier leaves it. It's 1-2. And again, Dozier, again, not really his thing.
10 pitches.
8th pitch from Griffin. Fouled off. Well, Dozier really working this count here. It's 3 consecutive home games, perhaps getting into the bullpen early as Dozier fouls it off.
Again.
This will be pitch number 10 in the at-bat to Brian Dozier. This one driven to right center field. I don't think so. Thought about the tag. The throw was off the mark, but that's not really worth the risk.
Batting third baseman.
It's the least risky with only 1 out, but still, a base hit. There's a good chance he scores anyway. No reason to run us out of an inning right away. 1 down, it's Miguel Sano. Amazing division series, but a less than stellar championship series thus far. 318 overall in the playoffs. Rosario at second, Miguel Sano the batter. Late swing and a miss on the 90-mile-per-hour fastball. One ball, 1 strike to Miguel Sano. Ground ball, easily played by Griffin. Rosario can advance, and now 2 away. Here's the brackets. The numbers represent wins.
First baseman. Justin Morneau.
I'm not sure which is more surprising, the fact that the Pirates took down the best team in baseball in the Dodgers, or that the Mets swept the World Series champion Cubs. Or perhaps they're both equally surprising. Either way, there will be a new World Series champion from a team who has not won in a very long time. Morneau turns on it and rips it to the right side, but foul. Yeah, both. Nobody saw it coming, I can tell you that. 0-2 to Morneau. Waits on the curve. We're gonna rock this guy. I can feel it. This pitch number 20. A bit low. He didn't go around. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Justin Morneau. That one way inside on the curve. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, Rosario led off the inning with a double. Remains stranded at second. Morneau shoots it down the line and just foul. Perhaps missing an RBI by a couple feet. We'll do it again. Jonathan, welcome. Nice to see you. He pulls this one foul and a couple really lengthy at-bats. Dozier had, what, a 10-pitch at-bat? This will be 8 pitches to Morneau. Fly ball to left will be the end result. And despite the high pitch count, nobody comes across to score for the Twins in inning number 1. 1-0 Texas as we head to the second. Joey Gallo, the batter. 2 for 8 in his first 2 games of championship series play. Phil Hughes Gave up a home run to Carlos Gomez in the first as a base hit from Gallo. He's now 3 for 9 in the series. Leadoff single.
Batting six,
And Jonathan Lucroy will be the batter.
Jonathan Lucroy.
Okay.
Hit and run. Hit, run.
To third. Possibility for a double play. Second for 1. Over to first for 2.
Whoa!
Batting seventh, designated hitter, Shin Soo Choo.
Number 2.
Brings up Shin-Soo Choo. Thank you, SLP, for that. The almanac going on here. Of course, the Twins last winning the World Series in 1991. One of the best World Series of our time, no doubt about it. That was an amazing World Series. One of the first as a kid that I watched every pitch to. A 7-game thriller. Jack Morris pitching 10 innings in Game 7. You don't see that at all anymore. A 1-0 victory. Every home game was a victory for the home team between the Atlanta Braves and the Minnesota Twins. Of course, who can forget the 1986 series? Also an extremely memorable year for the Mets and the Red Sox, for that matter. Remember Bill Buckner's play that would have won the World Series. Another man for a long-time suffering fan base that was treated extremely unfair. And that, of course, Bill Buckner. But the Mets winning that 1986 series. A couple good ones. We head to the bottom of the second. After the double play and then the out,
Designated hitter,
it'll be Kenny Vargas. 24 pitches for A.J. Griffin in that first inning. We'll see if he can improve upon that or the Twins can take advantage as a ball about knee-high to Vargas. He brings it up just a touch. Gets the strike call and the fastball. 1-1. Off speed pitch. Keeping him low on Vargas. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oof. A bit ahead of the curveball. And 1 away. 10 months young at the time.
batting sixth, right
I remember nothing from the 86 series. I was 5, but I was 10 years old during the 91 series. And really just getting into baseball for a year or two. And I just remember, I remember so many details about it. It's fun to go back and watch those games. Just you can find them online on YouTube or whatever. Like seriously, that 91 World Series was amazing. Kirby Puckett's walk-off in Game 6. And that was a winner-go-home game for the Twins. And then the 7th game was just an absolute pitcher's duel. Here's Max Kepler on 1-1, up high, and look out. He has to back out of the way. 2-1. We had a lot of good World Series in the 90s, early 90s, before the strike ruined everything. One of the best World Series moments ever took place a couple years later, 1993, when Joe Carter, or was it 92? I don't remember which series he walked off, but one of those. A walk-off win to win the World Series. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
batting seventh, center
So a
fielder,
walk to Kepler brings up Danny Santana with 1 away. The 90s era of sports were the best times in terms of production and quality. Perhaps. You'd be hard-pressed to argue that. The 90s brought so many great players. And again, that depends on your age, too. The 90s brought so many quality players, not just in baseball. Perhaps, arguably the best NBA player of all time, Michael Jordan, dominated the 1990s in the NBA. You had guys like Joe Montana finishing up a career. You had guys like Steve Young taking his place, another legend. In hockey, you saw Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux in their prime. We saw Ken Griffey Jr. come through the ranks in the 90s. And especially when you talk about baseball, the end of the 90s, as we approach the new millennium, that kind of the dark spot for baseball as far as the steroid era, 1998 in particular, near the end of the decade. 1998 was special for me at the time with, the Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa home run race. But it's all tainted for me now. 3-2, and it's going to be another walk.
Batting 8, catcher, Jason Castro.
So Jason Castro will be the batter, one away. Kepler at second, Santana at first, both reaching via base on balls. Pitch is low. Jason Castro has not played much in the postseason. Good numbers against Griffin, lifetime. With the number of lefties we've faced, Chris Jimenez has received a majority of the starts at catcher. Jimenez only hit .206 in the regular season. Castro a bit better. First two pitches are balls. And a 2-0 pitch, a cut fastball right down the middle. So 2-1 to Jason Castro as he lines a base hit to left, and that's going to load the bases with one out. Walk, single in order. And the number 9 hitter is Jorge Polanco. Curveball inside, and he's going to get some pitches to hit, no doubt about it. 5 for 19 in the playoffs. Good numbers for Jorge. He sends a fly ball to left center field. Should be deep enough to score the run. Throw to the plate is going to be way late. It'll get cut off. And an unnecessary relay. And it brings up Eddie Rosario now in a tie ball game. So give Polanco an RBI, sacrifice fly. Pitch on the outside corner, a strike. Yep, the 90s saw Fox Sports, which at the time felt odd. They had not done anything as far as sports. Fox was still a young network at the time. So they had not delved into sports, and they recreated, or basically rebranded, how football is watched. One and two.
They were there.
Line to right. Hold on. And that's going to be caught to end it.
They were just there, but we couldn't
Okay.
play.
Twins pick up a run.
But I'm playing at the park.
Okay. You go do it. That's fine. We'll see you in a bit.
Well, that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Leading off for Texas.
Yeah, the way and it's a great point, SLP. The way sports were played, people tend to forget the way sports were broadcast has been dramatically changed. When Fox initially put up the Fox box, which held, it was the first time that the scoreboard, the time, and the teams were on the screen the entire game. That had never been done before. And when you look back, you have to wonder why that wasn't a thing, before the 1990s, when we certainly had the capabilities to do it. Why would you not constantly be informing your viewer of what the score is. Fouled off on the 0-2. See if Hughes can continue to settle down here as he did in inning number 2. Little tapper. Hughes is going to have to come off the mound here. Fires to first. He has plenty of time. And the out recorded. Just a 23 speed on the base pass. No reason to rush a throw. So Ryan Rua will be the batter. Twins up 2-0 in the series. Down 1-0 early and did not hesitate to make that comeback. And yes, technically this would be a come-from-behind win, even if the deficit was minimal. Fly ball left, hit well. The wind's going to push this one back into play, however. That wind blowing in from left approximately 10 miles per hour. Let you appreciate Gomez, who got that thing up into the wind tunnel above the upper deck. How hard he hit it. Second time through, it's Elvis Andrus. For the first time in the series, did not record a base hit to lead off the game. Pops up to Dozier on the first pitch. And it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Rangers as we head to the bottom of the third in a tie ball game.
Leading off for the Twins, the second baseman.
It's always nice to see teams making those or networks making those changes as well. Keeps it fresh. It was also Fox who introduced the NFL standard for the first down marker on the field. How many times do you remember John Madden in the 90s saying, "No, they can't see that yellow line out there. Now remember, they can't see that line." I swear to you, he said that for like the first 2 seasons they had it. Every game.
Are you guys attacked? You guys attacked?
Yeah.
Who scored?
But I mean, it's totally standard now to have that on the field.
Who scored?
It's a sacrifice fly. I don't know, Polanco. Dozier will bounce one to third.
And they said,
One out.
And they said they're swimming in the tunnel. 1 hour.
Now batting,
Swimming in the tunnel.
third baseman, Miguel Sano.
Miguel Sano, 1 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the third.
Okay, they're swimming in 1 hour. That's it. 50.
93 World Series was the walk-off. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was 92 or 93. Up the middle, Sano, a base hit.
That was the next.
And as I said, Kirby Puckett with that Game 6 walk-off in 1991, which sent them to a 7th game.
Now batting, first baseman, Justin Morneau.
Also making that dazzling catch at the Metrodome when they had the plexiglass along the outfield wall. Strike called on Morneau.
Bye.
Sano at first, a ground ball up the middle. Got him on base.
Park, by the way.
Thought about going, but it didn't get far enough away from the catcher. This will be pitch number 60 from Griffin. Tapper. Sano's going to advance, but nice tag attempt by Griffin. Completely missed with the baseball. Morneau avoids it, but still had another 20 feet to run, and he wasn't going to make it. Sano to second, 2 away. 1-3 on the putout. Pitch is a strike to Kenny Vargas. Yeah, he said it all the time. Like it was, you could make a drinking game out of it. 0-1. Vargas, outside corner for a strike. And now 0-2. Tying runner at second in the form of Miguel Sano. It's an extra step out there. Curveball is low. All good times watching on the old CRT TVs and to left. Might drop. Runner coming home. This could be a play. No, they're not going to make the throw. Sano's going to score. Vargas the RBI, and the Twins have the lead. Probably would not have gotten Sano anyway. He was rounding third before the ball landed. It wasn't pretty, but we'll take the lead. 2-1 as Max Kepler will be the batter. Bottom third, Twins up 2-1 in Game 3 of the American League Championship Series. First home game. If you're just joining us, Twins up 2-0 in the series. Have yet to lose in the playoffs, which staggers my... it's unbelievable to me. This time Griffin will make the tag on Kepler, and the Twins are retired in the third. They pick up another run. It's 2-1 thanks to Kenny Vargas. Here's Carlos Gomez, who hit a home run in the first inning, depositing one off the very top of the pole in left. Swings at the first pitch and sends it to center. His counterpart, Danny Santana, is under it for out number 1.
Now batting, second baseman, Rougned Odor.
So Rougned Odor will be the batter. I keep saying I would love to get the playoffs finished before I go on vacation. Oh, diving stop it short by Polanco. Throw to first, got him. Polanco had to go way to his left. Knocked it down, throws out Odor, 2 away. I am still kind of questioning whether I'm going to be able to finish the playoffs before I hit vacation on Saturday, knowing full well I'm not going to be streaming on Friday night. We'll see how today goes. If we don't, we're going to have a nice long break between this and the World Series if we get that far. So keep that in mind. Ground ball to third. Sano. Sidearm, lobbing one over to Morneau, and it's 5-3 on the putout, and 3 consecutive outs again for the Rangers. Bottom 4. Twins 2, Rangers 1. On your home for the Twins franchise on Twitch. JK with you here doing some MLB The Show as we approach 3 o'clock Central Time. Danny Santana walked in his previous plate appearance. Again, batting out of the 7th spot for the 2nd consecutive game. Went 0 for 15 from the leadoff spot. Oh, Matty Ice. Welcome and thank you for the bits. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's very cool of you. Hope you're having a wonderful afternoon. Always appreciate the bits, guys. Thank you very much. Very generous. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Danny Santana. Pitch number 70. Curveball. Boy, this curveball is very readable. Like it's almost too slow. Watch me strike out on it. Santana, liner, and caught it short by Andrews for the out.
Now batting, catcher.
See, AJ Griffin does not have a lot of velocity. He's maxed out at 91 on his fastball. As the Twins lead by a run. Castro swings at the first pitch and lines it hard to left. This one's carrying. Will the wind keep it in play? No, it's in the 4th row. A home run for Jason Castro. And we might have a bit of a problem as both catchers for the Twins have produced big time here in the playoffs. An opposite field shot for Castro. It's 3-1 Minnesota. Could we have a catcher's controversy? 361 feet for Castro and a 2-run lead for Minnesota. Already up 2-0 in the series. Of course, Chris Jimenez on the bench for this one, typically pitching again, or hitting rather, against lefties, hitting .462 so far in the postseason. Castro making a stance to continue his starting job, however. 1-0 to Jorge Polanco. Drove in the first run for Minnesota. 2-0. Yu Darvish is the likely starter in Game 4 for the Texas Rangers. The Twins will go with Tyler Duffy. And on 4 pitches, Jorge Polanco will walk. And I got to wonder how long Griffin's going to stay out there. So top of the order. And now Eddie Rosario with 1 out. Griffin's walked 3 batters, to my recollection. As Rosario tried to get ahead of that changeup and might have been a bit premature. Fouls it back. 0-1. And where Griffin has missed the most, it has been low. He continues that trend. It's 1-1. Rare pitch near the neck area. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch number 80 from Griffin right now. Another tapper. They'll go to first. That's the only play. There's 2 away. Griffin's made a couple plays where he's had to jump off the mound to pick up the baseball. He's made the out every time. And now Dozier. Some activity in the Texas bullpen. A lefty getting warm. Dozier fouls off the first pitch he sees. A fastball at 89. This one inside, and it's going to get away. Runner's going to advance to third. Polanco is safe, not by much. Just enough speed to where a ball that gets away is going to make it. Slow reaction from Lucroy. Another wild pitch will do just fine. 1-1. Upstairs for a ball. Bottom 4. It's 3-1 Twins, and they're threatening here in the bottom half of the 4th. Dozier checks his swing, and he's up in the count 3-1. Back up the middle, a base hit, and the Twins take a 3-run lead. And we'll see if that's going to be it for Griffin. Brian Dozier, no postseason home runs, but he's getting the job done. Another RBI. 4-1 Minnesota. Griffin remains on the mound. Energy level in the yellow. Sano waits on the change, but fouls it back. Dozier at first with 2 outs. Sano swinging hard and missing. It's 0-2. Liner to third, and that'll do it for the Twins. They pick up another run. They lead 4-1 here in Game 3 of the American League Championship Series. Here on your home for Twins baseball. On Twitch, Joey Gallo singled in the second. He steps up for the second time to face Phil Hughes. Hughes now 3 consecutive scoreless innings after giving up a home run to Carlos Gomez in the first. Ground ball and through. Right side past a diving Morneau. Gallo 2 for 2 as they try to start a bit of a rally in the 5th inning. Catcher Jonathan Lucroy, the batter. Ground ball. Sano's going to have to go over to first with it. And the out recorded. Works as a bunt, essentially. It won't be scored as such, but the result the same. Shin-Soo Choo, the batter. The runner in scoring position. Ground ball up the middle. Dozier has room. He'll make the throw. 2 away. Gallo has advanced from first to third on the last 2 at-bats, but an out recorded on each. Not a sustainable way to go about things here. Ground ball left side and foul. Fastball is low. Ball and a strike, and Boston had to have wondered what hit them when the Twins came rolling through the division series, and now Texas, perhaps the same thing. Down 2-0 in the series, and now trailing by 3 in the game. On 1-2. Knuckle curve just missing the outside portion of the zone. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Missing on the slider. Count runs full. Runner at second. Or excuse me, runner at third is Gallo. Swung on and fouled to the left side. We'll do it again. Napoli not going down without a fight. Again, the payoff pitch. Strike 3 called, and Napoli retired, as are the Rangers, who are down 4-1 to the Twins. We're halfway home. Twins coming to bat. Glad you could make it for our stream here on a Tuesday afternoon. Alex Claudio will be the new pitcher. How's everyone doing this afternoon? Nice to see you all in here. Justin Morneau will be the batter to start off the bottom of the 5th in a 4-1 ball game favoring the Minnesota Twins. Again, that wind blowing in from left. It's Claudio's first pitch, a breaking ball that misses the zone just below the knees. He throws a sinker, slider, change curveball. No true fastball here. A little unusual. Morneau waits and leaves it outside, 2-0. Claudio taking his time on the mound and puts a breaking ball over for strike 1. Nobody on base. Morneau, the leadoff batter in the 5th. They look to pour it on. Fouled off to the left. Morneau under contract for 1 more season with Minnesota. I have to imagine he will consider retirement after that. Still has some pop in his bat, however. So who knows? 2-2, grounded easily to short, or to second, excuse me. 4-3 on the putout, 1 down.
Up next for Minnesota.
And now Kenny Vargas.
Vargas.
Drove in the go-ahead run in inning number 3. Now batting right-handed for the first time today. Sharply hit ball, this time to short. And now 2 down.
Now batting, right fielder,
Max Kepler is 0 for 1. He walked in the second. As Claudio waits. Kicks and fires. This one just a bit outside on the sinker. But Claudio just puts you to sleep with how long he takes to start his delivery. 2 balls, no strikes, nobody on base for Kepler. Trying to put me to sleep. Let's go. 2-0 pitch is a sinker for strike 1. All night games from here on out. Two and 1. Slider runs inside, and now a 3-1 count with Danny Santana waiting in the wings. Certainly hoping to have an opportunity to increase his batting average with a runner on base. 3-1 fouled off, and now we'll go full. Consequently, it was a strike on that 5th pitch. Full count to Max Kepler. And he stays alive. Three balls, 2 strikes to the right fielder. Got him on the off speed. Down go the Twins in the 5th. Sitting pretty good, however. 4-1 as we head to the top of inning number 6. Texas ready to bat once again to face Phil Hughes. It'll be Ryan Rua.
leading off for Texas, left fielder.
Just the 50th pitch incoming from Hughes. It's a strike. Phil's looking to work that inside edge. Takes a ball. We'll try it again. This time a little higher. Same result. 2-1. Unlike the Red Sox, Texas has at least tried in this series. The Red Sox made very little effort throughout most of the series, at least when it came offensively. The first 2 games, they were just hacking away at everything. They got up to a 4-0 lead in Game 3, but gave that away in the latter stages of the ball game. Rangers have worked the counts. They fouled off pitches, but to this point have not been terribly successful. Sliders low, now a full count. 3-2 to Rua. Up the middle and a base hit. Good at bat for Ryan Rua. So he's aboard with nobody out. And Elvis Andrus will be the batter. Oh boy, to Dozier, second for 1, over to first. It's a double play. Second time for the Twins. They've turned that. Andrus is retired 4-6-3 on the double play. Backhanded flip from Dozier over to Polanco, and despite Andrus' 86 speed, unable to beat it out. Two down for Carlos Gomez. Gomez, known for his defensive and speed abilities, nicknamed Go-Go when he was with the Twins. Had bursts of power, but certainly an exciting center fielder to watch. 0-2, and he strikes out swinging. Phil gets out of the jam early with the double play ball and then retires Gomez via strikeout. Bottom 6, Twins up by 3. Danny Santana will lead it off in the bottom of inning number 6. 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for Minnesota.
Santana.
First pitch on the way is a ball. On the sinker, it's a bit low. Looking to play games 3 and 4 of the series here. Perhaps another game, depending on the outcome. 1-0 to Santana. He swings, grounds it to the left side. A diving effort at third. It goes to short, however, and the throw complete.
Now batting, catcher,
This one you got to think Andrews was yelling, "Leave it, leave it." Thank you, StatCast, or whatever they call it in this game. Jason Castro, who homered earlier on.
Ball, that's out.
Outside off-speed pitch. Taken for ball 1. One and 0 and a strike.
How many games have you played?
Still in the first game.
Okay. Oh, we're winning.
Yeah, we're at 4-1.
We might go to the World Series.
That's the idea.
Are the Mets playing today?
I don't know.
I got 2-1 the count.
Mason joining me back in the
Booth.
in the booth. Okay, it's really just the couch, but it acts as the booth, I suppose. 2-1. Castro lofts it to left, and playable, and the out is made.
Boo!
Wow, you don't have to yell.
Oh, very funny.
2 down for Jorge Polanco.
You have one bit each. At least one bit, maybe.
Yeah, Matty Ice cheered 3. That was nice of him, right? Right?
Yep.
First pitch, liner up the middle from Polanco, and
did you
top
get
of the
a-
order.
Did you get a home run?
Castro hit a home run.
Did you get 3?
the left fielder,
For a 3-run home run?
No, it's just a solo shot.
Rosario.
Here's Rosario. He doubled to start off the ball game in the bottom of the
You
first.
could score. You could score.
Runner at first, 2 away. Rosario leaves the breaking ball inside for a 1-0 count.
Did the Tigers make the playoffs?
No.
Sadness. I have the Tigers. I have the Tigers.
Wow, it is painful how slow Claudio throws pitches. Two and 0. Come on, he's not even ready. Get set, man. Like Steve Traxel out there.
2 balls, 1 strike, the count.
Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. My goodness. Rosario fouls it off. It's 2-2. I'm sorry, but come on. And again, a foul ball. Claudio certainly doesn't want it to go to 3-2. That'll send the runner. Ground ball right side and a couple feet to the right of first base. Brian Dozier waiting in the on-deck circle. And you have no doubt he would love to have a couple runners on base for him. Especially with a lefty on the mound. 2-2 to Rosario. Low, the count is full. And Polanco will be taking off on the pitch. They'll still hold him on. 3-2. Runner goes. And it's a walk. Ball gets away a bit, but Polanco will not consider third. Brian Dozier will be the batter. We'll see if they stick with Claudio here. They will. Dozier has to be licking his chops. A guy who does not throw a fastball. First and second, 2 down. Breaking ball outside. It's 1-0 to the second baseman, Brian Dozier. Sano would be next, but we'll talk about that when we get there. Ball and no strikes. Oh, there it was. Swing and a miss at the curve. It's 1-1. Up the middle and through. 1 run will score. They're going to go to third with it. He's in there safely. It's first and third. And another RBI for Dozier. Rosario advances to third. Dozier at first. Polanco scored. And now Miguel Sano. So many runs over the last few weeks have come off home runs, but the Twins not doing the long ball in this game. Only a Jason Castro home run. The rest...
Can I have a snack?
Ground ball, 5-4. And that'll do it for the Twins. They pick up yet another run and lead 5-1 through 6 innings of play.
Can I have a snack?
Small. Monster.
Shit. Can I have a cupcake?
No. We gotta get rid of those. Those have been in there too long.
Leading off for the Rangers.
Those aren't any good.
Second baseman, Rugned
Wasn't it
Odor.
before?
Rugned Odor will lead it off. A strike called.
0-1's the count.
Castro's my catcher. Fouls off pitch number 2. Liner to short. Polanco does not have to move. He makes the catch.
The right
Yeah,
fielder,
you have some.
number 30, Nomar Mazara.
Get the bag that's not open. Here's Nomar Mazara. He's 0 for 2. Grounds the first one to second. And the out recorded. Yeah, no dip.
Third base,
Get a ball.
number 13,
I'm not going to let you get out of the bag. Get a ball.
Gallo.
And now Joey Gallo. Texas looking like they're in panic mode at the plate. Gallo patiently takes a strike. Give me one moment here.
1 moment? At least for
Uno momento.
I think.
You're not going to need a bunch of these. There you go.
Can I maybe have a Velvet Monster?
Moderation. No balls, 1 strike. Gallo lines it foul. 2-0 in the series. Twins up 5-1 in game 3. Looking to find that dagger. Not that the series will be over with a 3-0 lead, but we're sitting in an awfully good spot if that were the case. Gallo stays alive, fouls it off. This will be pitch number 70 from Hughes. And again, 0-2. Taken
Forgot to count 1 and 2.
for the first ball of the at-bat.
Ball, that's inside.
Make it 2-2.
Do you want any of these? Your girlfriend?
Another foul ball. I don't want to eat. They make a loud crunchy sound, and that's not. No one wants to hear that. 2-2. Oh,
Full count. 3-2.
pitch inside corner. Didn't get the call. The count is full. Oh. So ready to say strike 3 called. That was not the case. Gallo battles back and earns a walk.
Catcher, Jonathan.
And now Jonathan Lucroy. Don't do that. First pitch, grounder to third. They'll go over to first. And it's another ground out for Lucroy, and he ends the threat. It's time to stretch. Twins up 5-1 over the Texas Rangers in American League Championship Series action.
Your attention, please.
Dario Alvarez, the new pitcher. Another lefty coming out of the bullpen, and it's Justin Morneau to lead it off.
Leading off for the Twins. First baseman.
Pitch on the way, a fastball at 94, the highest velocity pitcher we've seen so far in this game. Slider change and a two-seam to go along with it. No, don't touch my phone.
He's out.
Easy throw over to first for the out.
Now batting.
Was it ready an hour yet?
No.
Designated hitter. Kenny.
Matt Bush warming up in the pen, the righty. Kenny Vargas will be the batter. Takes a fastball for strike 1. Broken bat. And a foul ball. Vargas will get a new piece of wood. And this bat will begin with an 0-2 count. Looper to right. Playable at second for out number 2.
Up next for the Twins. Right fielder. Max.
So the right fielder Max Kepler will be the batter. Lefty on lefty matchup in the bottom of the 7th. Strike at the knees. How are those?
Be quiet.
What?
Be quiet for
Did you
me.
just tell me to be quiet?
At least be quiet.
Why are we being quiet? Oh, okay.
Let me see if the small one works.
Oh, it does. It picks up a
Leading off
lot.
the Rangers. The designated
Be
hitter.
quiet.
Shin Soo
I
Choo.
don't see if it quenches my quenching.
It does. It can pick it up. You intentionally trying to make noise with it?
1.
Phil Hughes out for the 8th inning of work. This one's lined to center. Santana under it, gloves it for out number 1.
First baseman number
Well, Phil Hughes has just been a beast today on the mound. Quite different from his Game 3 outing where he gave up 4 runs in the early innings to the Boston Red Sox. Just 4 hits allowed. He struck out a pair. He's managed to get these Texas Rangers to swing early in the count. For the most part, make contact and get those easy fly balls and ground outs.
Oh.
No balls, 1 strike,
Still shush.
and a fastball generously called on the outside corner. All right, enough. Here comes pitch number 80. Popped up. Sano calls for it, under it, makes the catch, 2 down.
now batting.
Line score. It's been all Twins since the 2nd inning has begun. Picking up runs in 4 of their last 6 innings. Ryan Rua will be the batter. Cut fastball for strike 1. And strike 2. Wow, we're nailing that inside corner here. 0-2. Here comes the curve. Grounder to third. Sano. A lot of work over at third base in the field. 8 innings complete for Phil Hughes, and he very well might come out to finish this one. Twins by 4 as we head to the bottom of the 8th.
Your attention, please.
Tony Barnett.
Now pitching for Texas.
No, thank you.
Number 43.
New pitcher. I think we've faced him every game so far. We'll try to hold
For the Twins.
Put Mejia
the
in.
bottom 3 in the order
Put Mejia in.
to an offer. We have faced him every time. I remember that's this delivery.
Put Mejia in.
We're not putting Mejia in. He's not on the roster. 0-1.
Is Mejia a starter?
No, he's not on the Twins. He's in Double-A. So sorry to disappoint you. 1-1, and wow, that one behind Santana. 2 balls, 1 strike. Santana goes the other way with it. It's going to be sliced foul.
And anybody got an inside the park home run in this game?
I've had one. Well, I don't think I've had one in 17, but I've had one before. 2-2. Fastball narrowly missing. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Santana stays alive. Ball boy had a great opportunity to save someone's life, and he didn't. What a shame. Full count.
One day I want to be the ball boy.
Maybe.
But I think it's actually gonna be pretty boring. You're just gonna
Where
get
is this?
goals that are fair.
Here we go. 3-2. Santana again fouls it off, but this one's playable right near the tarp for out number 1. Long at bat for Santana.
Batting.
Gallo ran that one down.
Jason Castro.
And now Jason Castro. Great game for Castro. That home run was huge. That came early on. Popped up, and again, Gallo's going to have this one in foul territory for the second out.
The batter, number 11, shortstop.
So that brings up Jorge Polanco.
Polanco.
Just 1 for 1. He singled. He scored twice with a couple of walks. And he takes a strike. I've had like a super tiny chip. I've had one and it's stuck in my throat. Polanco to shallow left. Twins go down 1-2-3 in the 8th. Last chance for the Rangers. They need 4 to stay alive.
They need a grand slam.
Need something. Elvis Andrews, top of the order.
Leading off for the Rangers. Shortstop.
Phil Hughes looks to complete this game. First pitch to Andrews, fly to right, and it is a fly out. Kepler has it 1 away.
Center fielder number 14.
Yeah, I'm not going to bring any post-game highlights.
Gomez.
We'll get someone up just in case.
They said they're gonna swim in an hour.
I heard you. Phil's stamina not great. Liner to center, but if they're going to keep doing that, then he's going to be just fine. 2 down
Now batting. Second baseman.
for Odor.
I'm gonna leave and go back. Okay.
Swung on and fouled away.
Let's go trade. Da, 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 da. Let's go.
Strike 2, and now the Rangers down to their final strike in what could be the dagger in the American League Championship Series. Pitch on the way.
Yes,
Grounder
no.
and through. See if he goes for second. Kepler has it. It's going to be a long single as the ball ricochets off that extended area where the seats are down the line.
Fielder number 30, Nomar Lazar.
Oh no.
Come on, Phil. Finish us off. I'm not going to let you get any further. Tapper. Hughes. Throws to first, and the Twins go up 3-0 in the American League Championship Series over the Texas Rangers. Twins remain undefeated in playoffs for 2017. They've won 6 games in a row. They've won 7 in a row overall. Playing their best baseball when it matters.